Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's going on, everybody?
This week's edition of Talk Time Live with Three Pepper Guys is on my channel, and we have a special guest tonight. We got Will Be Very Hot.
I thought it was Rob Blumberg.
Oh no, we got Rob here.
Oh,
Yeah, Hatman indoors.
oh snap!
We got Hat Man indoors, VIP. Yes. How's everyone doing? Sorry for the delay tonight. Um, what's up, Gage?
What's going on, Gage? What's up, Steven? What's up, Doug? What's up, Goham? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Fixter? Joe? Uh, I guess that's everybody in the chat for as of right now. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. It was a kind of crappy weekend here, just cold and getting colder. We went from like nasty cold rain all day to like now we're getting a little bit of snow. It's not really doing anything, but it's been kind of snow flurrying since it got dark. The temp is dropping. It's gonna get down to like 22 or something tonight. Yep, nice and
Yeah,
toasty.
yeah, Goham and Gage. Yeah, Charles is busy for tonight, so the live stream is on my channel.
What's up,
Hey,
Happy Pepper? What's up,
what's up, Hat?
Happy.
And what's up, Eric?
Yeah, it just started storming here too the last couple hours.
Yeah, those
If you
pics
guys,
you posted before, you said it was like before the storm or something. Those pics you took, those were awesome though. Those pods you have are looking amazing. Like those were all like perfect phenos for everything that you like posted a picture of.
oh, thank you. Yeah, did you see too? One of the pictures was the first lemon starburst off that plant. It
Yeah,
was
I saw that. Like, I mean,
didn't
any
look that
pheno
good.
for those is a perfect pheno, but those are cool looking. Those are different from the ones that I had last year. Those yours had like more of a drop down portion to it. They weren't like as flat and wide. They were like a little taller looking, but they were real cool. Still had that like UFO look to them and stuff.
Yeah, the seed I got from those, I had just only two seeds last year from Charles, and I didn't start growing them I think until like maybe October of last year or whatever, right before the Starburst competition was even thought about. So these wouldn't count towards it.
That sucks. If you just waited a little bit, you
Yeah,
would have been
I,
like having pods right now.
I literally started the plant like maybe like 3 weeks before the contest was even made. So
That's
it's all
still
good.
cool. You'll get to enjoy some of those fresh pods before long. Once they get to like a mature size, they ripen quick. I know that me and Charles talked about that a bunch last year, and he actually timed one where it was like a 8 hour period in the day. It went from like like partial color to basically fully ripe in like 8 hours. It's crazy. I've never seen peppers that ripen so fast. It's not literally like 8 hours every time or anything, but if you see a pod that's like getting color and you go back out there and look at it the next day, it'll be ripe. And if you see one that's like half ripe and you're like out picking stuff in the morning, if you go like back in the evening, that pepper will be fully ripe. I swear, like over like half of the day. It's insane.
So, how many plants do you have outside right now, BD?
Um, Probably close to 100.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. A lot of them got pods on it, but I think it's holding back the plants from actually growing. Like that's why anytime I've been seeing pods about to ripen, I'm just picking them off. Some of them I just want to be able to eat some of the peppers, so I'm leaving them. That's why I'm leaving them on.
Yeah.
Uh, like tonight, I have two of the ahi arnacho peppers. This is the number two variant of them. There's two different types of them, and
Cool.
in my post in the PLC, there's some pictures of it while it's ripening. It starts out like like a very light, almost like I don't know, like a very light color. Then it goes to a purple. Then it goes from a purple to like a cream. Then it goes to a almost like a reddish orange color. Here's what they look like. Let me. Whenever they're in the purple stage. Oh. And the ones that I picked right here aren't the correct pheno. The large ones on the plant are. Like here's what they look like whenever they're purple.
Oh, sweet.
Dang, those are awesome looking.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Like I have another picture too. Like whenever they here's what they look like. Well, let me see if I can. I'm gonna rotate this picture again. Oh.
It's almost like they're frosted purple.
Yeah, like this is the pheno I like right here. Hold on, let me. This one right here, it's like more of like a, I don't know, like a bell type shape, like a little mini bell.
It wants to form a stinger, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how like there's all different stages of colors. Like
And
um,
they go from purple to kind of losing their purple and go to green and then ripen.
yeah, this is all the same plant right here. Like there's the cream to the purple to like the yellowish orange and then to the red.
Cool.
I've never ate one before, so this will be the first time trying it. What's
How
up,
many of
video?
those plants do you have?
What's up? What's up,
I only have one of
James?
them. I only got one of them in like a 4-gallon bucket. I'm gonna transport it into one of the 7-gallon poly bags because I would like that one to get big. Yeah, like the crazy thing is with those buckets that you guys get for free from like bakeries or Sam's Club or whatever. Um, the sun has already broke them down. They've only been outside, my buckets that I got from there, like the food grade ones. They've been outside for about 3 months, and the sun's already breaking them down. Like the sides are cracking, and you could easily break pieces off the top of the lip and everything. So, I'm gonna have to take them out of there.
Dang.
I
Damn,
have about 9.
that's
Yeah,
fast breakdown.
the sun's just ruining those because they're very thin buckets, I guess. So but they were all like the ones you would get from like bakeries and delis and stuff.
Yeah. I guess the Home Depot buckets are made a little stronger
Yeah, definitely.
because those ones I know that I've used buckets for years from Home Depot buckets. They hold up pretty good before they ever get to that brittle point.
Yeah, I can't believe like I was picking one up the other day just to see if like the roots were growing through the bottom. I drilled about 10 holes in the bottom of each bucket for some drainage, and the top it was just crumbling, like the top lip of it was just breaking, like it was so brittle. So I'm like, I can't have that if they start getting bigger. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take them out.
What are you gonna put them in?
I'm gonna put them in 7-gallon poly bags.
Nice. I'm sure that they'll enjoy that upgrade because aren't they in 4-gallon containers right now? Or
Yeah,
4-gallon?
they're in 4-gallon containers, and there's about a 2-inch lip on the top of it. Um, so they'll definitely double or maybe almost double in size. They can grow.
That would be nice.
Yeah, the Aussie ones are. I'm gonna have to stake a couple of them because they're just getting like, just falling all over the place.
I recommend, especially in the type of area where you live, I recommend staking all your plants because especially container plants are more susceptible to the wind for two different reasons. The two reasons that container plants are more susceptible is that they're, for one, sitting up higher off of the ground. They aren't like planted in the ground, so they're higher up off the ground and the wind can catch them easier. The other reason is that the soil in the containers is softer and fluffier than like if you were to plant them in the ground. Like the soil in the ground gets a lot more compacted. Even if you till up your garden or something after some rainfalls and stuff, that soil got kind of like compacts down and it helps support the plant a little bit better than like potting mix that you put in containers. So it's always good to throw some stakes in there. It's a lot better to just go through the trouble of staking them all up than it is to go out and see one of your favorite plants like broken in half laying in the container.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to do that. I wish I had some bamboo that I could just pick up around here.
You don't have like random fields anywhere?
I think I probably do, but I'm gonna have to look around, maybe over by the river or something. Or how's you guys' seedlings doing and everything? I know Rob has already been transplanting a bunch. Have you did that yet, Will?
I've got a lot. Yeah, I've only got a few more left. I think like maybe a dozen left to transplant. But then there comes the seeds that I dropped last night, and then some more probably later on tonight I won't drop. But yeah, I'm running out of room quick.
How are the shop lates doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, I wish
Hey,
my
what's up?
stuff would like slow down a little bit. It's all just starting to grow so dang fast. I jumped the gun a little bit too quick this season, I think. But it's all good. I think I'll be able to manage.
Yeah, I got a shop light too in the garage. I might put a 272 cell trays underneath it. Hey, what's up? What's up, Shaping for Life? What's up, Nate?
Oh, what's up, Nate? What's up, Levi? What's up, Cemetery?
Yeah, I got to take a picture for you, Nate, of that SoCal magma. There's like probably 20 different flowers on there. I just can't keep up picking them, so I just left it go, and hopefully I'll get like a pot or two off of it here soon.
What's up, Hermit Hydroponics?
What's up, Hermit? I remember seeing Hermit Hydroponics, I think I think it was Rev's live stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Charles
can.
ended up being busy tonight, Nate. He had some stuff come up and wasn't able to be with us. He may or may not pop in later.
Yeah, we can start doing one of these peppers real quick. I'm not sure how hot they are, um, but I know it's an ahi, so I'm looking forward to maybe hopefully they have a nice taste to them. This is the two. This is the two peppers right here. This ain't the right pheno, but it's the ahi arnacho, the #2 variant. Um, I'm curious to see if they have. One of them's not as ripe as the other. I'm gonna try the darkest one. I think it might have black seeds. I'm not sure. I read something that they did. No, nope. They got the white seeds, but they're big seeds. They're like the size of like a bell pepper seeds actually.
Dang.
Yeah,
So
those are
they're
some fat seeds.
pretty big seeds. It smells fruity. Um, almost like a I don't know, almost like a lollipop sweetness,
Oh, it's that crazy
like
sweet.
like a cherry like popsicle or lollipop smell, almost like a syrup smell.
Dang.
It smells good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Um, I got these in a trade last year. I forgot who I got them from, but I did some research, and that's how I figured out that they were the number 2 variant based on the shape and the color that they ripen. So here we go. This is the ahi arnacho. Ooh, has a little sting to it. It's like straight. Like I just swallowed like something very hot, like a sharp sting in the back of my throat. I didn't even get any sweetness at all when I bit into it. Ooh, I got the hiccups.
Dang.
Damn,
What
that one.
what flavor does it have?
I don't even know, bro. I didn't even get any flavor. I'm actually getting the hiccups from it.
Little
It's weird.
firecracker.
Yeah, this thing is a little firecracker. Um, I would say this one's hotter than a jalapeno, under a habanero for sure, but it's a different type of burn. It's like all in the back of my throat, and it kind of caught me by surprise. I don't even get any really, just almost like a clean taste with a sharp burn. There's no fruity taste. There's no sweet taste, but the smell is really good when you cut open it. I think it smells better than it tastes. But these would be good. These would be really good pickled. Like I guess you could make a sauce with it, but I could see myself just cutting these up into pieces and just pickling them. That would be my preferred way to eat them, or even fresh.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a very interesting pepper. I've never tried it before, so I'm glad I'm growing it. I'm curious if the large ones, like the ones that are about the size of I don't know, like a gumball or almost like one of them's as big as a golf ball on the plant. I'm gonna try that one when it ripens, and that one might have some more heat to it. Hey, what's up? What's up, Holy Ghost Peppers?
What's up, Holy Ghost?
Yeah, the burn now, it's like on my gums. Like it's like just moving around as the more I'm talking. I tried to chew it up as best as I could, but there wasn't that much pepper to eat. Whenever the large one ripens, I'll try that one on the live stream and compare them.
Yeah, I wonder if the bigger one would have more flavor to it, maybe.
Yeah, this one, it was all right. Like it definitely had a different burn than like a super hot or anything like that. It was like I actually feel it on my gums, like on my left side of my mouth.
Is that a chinense or bacatum, or what is it? What do the flowers look like? Do you remember?
I might have a picture of the flowers. Let me see. I know it's an ahi.
What? Yeah, I want to write that down. I want to check that out. What was it again?
Ahi Arnacho, the number 2 variant.
Okay. That's just weird how it was like deceiving with sweetness and then a little firecracker.
Yeah, it smelled amazing when I opened it, and I don't know, it's just it's like a sharp burn in the back of the throat. Then it just moved on to everything else as you're talking. I guess it made my mouth water a little bit. Um, the burn's already going away. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'm definitely not disappointed with it. I'm happy I'm growing it.
I bet that would be a good one to just chop up like a few pods and use it as like a garnish on something. Since it doesn't really have a whole lot of flavor, but just adds some heat. Like you could throw that into salads or on burritos or something like that if you just like minced up some pods.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great. That would be great in some salsa too. Like if you just made like a really quick salsa with it, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
When I look up some information about it, I'll show you. I think I actually have a picture of it.
Yeah, I was sitting
Um,
here trying to look. I was sitting here looking it up.
if you know the really cool pepper reviewer Nigel Carter on YouTube, I think he reviewed it before, and he posted a cool chart of different peppers from South America, and it shows this pepper. I think I have it downloaded on my phone.
I wonder if Jason's growing. I need to ask him. He might be growing it.
Let me check. I know that whenever you type in the name, that the picture comes right up to it on Google.
Oh, what's up, Chad the Walrus? I think he's heading out or headed out a few minutes ago. He said night night. I don't
Oh
know.
dang! Holy Ghost Peppers is reviewing a chocolate bootless sauce tomorrow. That's awesome, man. I seen he ate some chocolate bar the other day. I forgot what it was. I gotta watch that video.
What's up, Charles?
Charles, what's up, man?
What's up, Charles?
We'll be here if you get a chance.
He said it's called the Bar of Destiny. I'd never heard of that one.
Bar of Destiny.
I think it's like a some type of spicy chocolate bar on his channel. Let me okay, okay, I found it. I found the chart. Yeah, the first one doesn't turn purple, and it doesn't have that many ripening stages. That's why I know for sure it's the number 2 with the purple on it. Here it is right here. Let me see if you can see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
RNAUCHO. Okay.
Yep. This is definitely it right here. You could tell the different shape, the same shapes that I have from that orangish looking one with the purple blushing, and then it goes from the cream to the purple blushing to solid purple to orange, then red. So that's that one. Hey, what's up, Brando? And then I got some other ones too. That's why I wanted. Oh, cool. He said it's a granola bar
Oh, cool.
made in Florida. Yeah, yeah. I think the guy that made it, it's pretty close to where I live too. On the east coast of Florida.
That's cool.
Later, Holy Ghost. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I had some other ones too. What was the other one? I think I already tried the other ones before on live streams that I picked. I got these right here.
Oh, nice.
These are the Freeport
Freeport orange.
Yeah, these are the Freeport oranges I picked the other day.
Wicked.
Yeah, they take forever to ripen. I have probably another 5 or 6 on the plant. Since it was raining all night, I'm hoping that they get a little larger before they ripen. Oh, cool. Thank you, Brenda. He said stop by to show some
Give her a
support
bath.
before they go.
No.
Awesome.
Pick her up in a towel.
Awesome. Night. Yeah, the Freeport orange seems to be popular this year. I know a couple of guys saying that they're selling the crap out of them. The seed wise.
Yeah, I've seen a couple different people selling the seeds this year. I'm looking forward to all the different Scotch bonnets this year, and then I'll pick whichever ones I like the most, and then I'll just grow those again next year. Because some of them, I don't know. I'm not going to grow like every single one of them again next year. But the Freeports are pretty good.
Yeah, good size pods.
Yeah, the Freeport is actually in one of the 4-gallon buckets. So whenever I put it into that 7-gallon poly bag, I'm hoping that the pods double in size. So they'll go from the golf ball size to hopefully, I'm trying to get them to where they get to almost be, I don't know, double the size of that.
What's up, Brandon? Goham's got all kinds of crazy seeds he's holding over there. He's got taco seeds, pizza seeds, wing seeds.
So he'll send them out.
Oh, hey, you got wing seeds, bro?
Yeah, he said hit him up on Hangouts and he'll send him your address and a self-addressed stamped envelope. He'll send them out to you.
I'll trade you some bacon seeds for some of those, Goham.
Dang.
Yeah, I need to get me some hot wing seeds.
He's got summer sausage seeds.
Oh yeah,
No,
Red will be hitting him up for those.
I don't need those. I just need the wing seeds. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe whenever one of them super hots ripen up, I'll eat that on one of the live streams, whichever one ripens first.
What was that one that you posted, the boot variety? Those look like those are going to be hot.
Oh, which one was it like from a week ago?
The one you posted tonight, that first one, it was some boot something.
Oh yeah, I got the yellow boot Assam peppers.
Yeah, those look like they're going to be gnarly.
Yeah, them things are getting pretty big. I've never tried one before either, but I'm looking forward to. They look
From the
pretty
looks of
gnarly.
that picture, it won't be too long before you'll be trying one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think
look close.
I think that there might be something else ripening up before that one. I have one plant that was labeled CPR, but it's not really looking like what they're supposed to. So I don't know what it would be. But that one's already turning like brown. So I don't know what it's going to be. But it looks crazy though. Goham said Blossom's coming back.
Oh, is she? Good. You found her? That's good.
Rob, how's yours doing, Rob?
How's my plants?
The one that you guys are doing, the Apocalypse Reaper?
Oh, yeah. Mine's doing good. I don't even know where it's at over there. I mean, I'm assuming it's doing good. It's alive. There ain't nothing dead in none of the cups, so I'm assuming it's still doing good. I think I have 2 or 3 of them, so I don't know. I'll have to just pick whichever one looks nicest whenever we get down to crunch time.
I got some gochu peppers out there, some Korean gochus, and I took a picture of the flower earlier. It looked pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a cool pic.
pretty big flower. It's hard to get my camera to focus on stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a bacatum flower. That's why I was asking what those ahi flowers look like, because I was wondering if they looked like that or if they were just solid white. Because I suspect that one that you tried might be maybe a Chinense variety.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to. I know that there's plenty of flowers on it. Like the bees have been basically just hanging out around that variety. Every time I go out in the yard, there's always one or two bees around that plant. Hey, what's up, Rocky?
What's going on, Rocky?
Rocky.
Yeah, that Hollow's Eve I got, man, that thing. There was only one of them on there about 3 days ago, and then tonight, or when I went out there in the evening, there's two more that are growing right next to it. I'm not sure what color that ripens to. I think it's like a peach color or orange. Did you see those white ties I posted a picture of in the PLC?
Yeah, those were
Yeah, those look good.
looking white tie.
That's the real deal ones.
Yeah, those are legit.
Okay, yeah, because that's weird. The other one I got, the other plant that I have, is not growing like that at all. It's growing sideways. Like the pods are not clustered, and they're very spread out. And it's weird. The other ones I have, the other white ties I have, they don't have no purple blushing anywhere on them throughout the whole ripening stage. Oh, dang. Rocky said feeding his plants, it takes 3 gallons of nutrients just to feed them all.
Dang.
Yeah, I've gotten
Legit.
to where mine are drinking a lot of water. Like, I bet with all the plants I have, and especially now that they're all in cups, I haven't, because I've been kind of transplanting some like a little at a time, so they aren't all drying out at the same time right now. But once they get to the point where I'm watering them all at the same time, I bet it'd probably take me like 2 or 3 gallons of water just to water all these freaking cups that I have.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, whenever I'm outside, like fertilizing my containers and everything, I took 20 gallons to fertilize them, and that's only using one 16-ounce cup. They each get one 16-ounce cup.
Dang, you got them on a prison feeding.
Yeah, so they're getting one 16-ounce cup of that every week. So, but I was talking to a couple people earlier today. I'm trying to figure out a way to drop my my water, my nutrient solution when I'm doing that, because my tap water is about 8 on the pH scale. Then after I put the nutrients in, it goes to 7. So I need to get it down to 6. That's what my goal is. But I'm trying to do it naturally. Or if I could lower the pH of the soil, that'd be great too.
You either have to go with pH down. I think General Hydroponics has that, or you could do like a reservoir barrel and let it sit, and you may lose some like that. Or you could just add the pH down to that and then use that, but you have to dip out of that barrel unless you put it up high enough to gravity feed it. You put it up high enough, you could gravity feed to feed your bucket or your watering can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was thinking about if you look at the main ingredients for like those larger companies with that pH down stuff, the main ingredient is phosphoric acid.
Oh,
And
okay.
phosphorus. Yeah, the phosphoric acid. But the only problem is if you buy that stuff not diluted, and basically pure, it's very dangerous, and that's why these companies are selling it like basically so diluted, you're almost paying for just water. So I don't know what to do. There's other ways to do it, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to try to do it naturally. But then again, I've also read too, once you start dropping the pH of the soil, it can attract aphids. Like if people were amending coffee grounds into their soil. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, I guess, a comfortable way to do it.
Yeah, I still have a ton of stuff left in 6 cells that I gotta do. I've got, let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, and maybe 6 over there. Yeah, I got probably still about 10 6 cells left to transplant. But this is the current status of what my 6 cells are all looking like. I mean, they're all like awesome looking, super healthy. Even being all clustered together and stuff, there's no edema or anything, which I've never had edema on any of my plants.
Hey, later, Brando.
Later, Brando.
What about baking soda, BD?
The sodium bicarbonate, is that what it is?
Wouldn't that should bring it down? So I don't know how much, but it should bring it down.
Yeah, I just, even if I got it brought down to 6.5, just something where it's in a neutral zone where it can let the plant, absorb more of them nutrients and everything. Because once it gets alkaline, and it's harder for them to do all that type of stuff. I'm just trying to figure out a way for them to utilize this fertilizer.
Yeah, thanks, Gohan. I mean, that's basically like, this isn't even any particular special one. Oh, this has my Pepper Z in one side. This side right here is my Pepper Z that I'm growing out again this year to see what it does. It's just a weird cross that I had pop up that was supposed to be a 7-pot chocolate lava, and it came out gnarly looking, and it was mustard color. And the seeds for it are like the most wrinkled pepper seeds I've ever seen. Like, I've got hundreds of varieties of pepper seeds, and those stand out the most out of any of them. I mean, they're just bizarre looking. The other one's on the other side in here, Elysium oxide chocolate, which came from a pod that Gage sent me, and I really enjoyed those. That was a good one. So I
Was
decided.
the one that we ate, was that the mustard variety that Gage sent?
No, that was the chocolate. He sent the chocolate. It was the Elysium
Okay.
oxide chocolate.
Yeah, that thing has some heat to it.
Gage, I don't know if you're still out there or not, but I grabbed. I was just like trying to look and see if I could find a couple different ones, but I couldn't find what I was looking for. But I did find one of the Jay's Yellow Ghost Scorpions that was from those pods that Gage sent us, those big, long yellow ones.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. It had a great flavor, and it was hot, but it wasn't like crazy hot. And I remember his plant got massive, and that thing was loaded down with just tons and tons of pods. But yeah, this is one of the Jay's Yellow Ghost Scorpions, and it's looking awesome. Here, let me see if I can do it without dirt tipping out. But that thing's gotten huge, and that was started at the same time as like all the stuff that I have that's in 6 cells. Like, that's a comparison of how much it's grown just since I like put it into this cup. All the ones that I have in cups right now are doing really good. Um, I grabbed
You haven't put no nutrients in there or anything? That's just the seed starting mix?
well, I moved them when I put them into the cups. I put them in Miracle Grow potting mix. So, and that's a potting mix that says I think it feeds plants up to 6 months or something. So it's got food in there for them, and that's the way I've always done it. That's what I always do, is go from the Jiffy mix to the Miracle Grow potting mix in these little 8.5-ounce cups, and then plant them into the ground from there. Like, I'm not going to transplant them into bigger cups or anything. They're just going to stay in these cups until it's time to plant. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine, because leaving them in the 6 cells as long as I did kept them from going too crazy as far as the roots expanding out a whole lot. And then you put them into these cups, and it takes a little while for them to like grow into the cups. So by the time they're like really taking advantage of the cup, they're going to be ready to go into the ground, and that growth will hopefully continue on. But yeah, this is one of the SoCal Magma F3s from Shaping for Life. And it's got a
Wow.
really nice shape to it. I like the way these ones have been growing. They're a little bit taller and more compact than some of the other varieties that I have going right now, but they look awesome. I mean, they all look about the same right now, except there are some, like this is one of the orange gum tiger maps that has real nice dark foliage. I wish the lighting in here was better. You could see it a little
Still
bit.
looks good.
But yeah,
Was that the wicked ones that you had from last year with like the little stingers on them?
yeah. This is those gnarly ones. I grew actually several different orange gum tiger maps last year, and this was the one that of all the plants I was most happy with, and so I decided to grow those out again. And then it took a lot of digging, Will, but I did find at least one of them. There's
There
the
you go.
Apocalypse Reaper, and that's
Yep.
what I'm working with. That's a pretty nice, healthy looking,
Yeah.
and it's real short and compact. It's already got a decent amount of nodes on it for being only, like 2
Yeah.
inches tall,
Yeah, they're gonna be a big plant.
and it's got big leaves on it for its size. For being the first couple leaves that have popped out, those are some fatties.
Yes, those look pretty good. Are those the 8-ounce cups?
Yeah, I've actually got. Here's an unopened pack of them. I just get them at Publix, and it's the ones that come in the 51 count, which I don't know
Yeah,
why.
they give you one extra in case you mess it up.
No, I think what I came to the conclusion of is because they're in stacks of 3. If they did 50, then one of the stacks would be 1 cup shorter. And if they did it to where it was 2 stacks of 25, then they'd be like real tall stacks. So I think that it has to do with like the packaging as well. But yeah, they're Publix brand, and they're 8.5-ounce
Cool.
cups. It's like $1.40 for a pack of those. That's the third pack. I haven't opened up that one yet, and I've got like 5 or 6 cups left out of the second pack. So I've got about 100 in cups already, and I'm gonna do at least another 50 more in cups, and then I think I'm gonna probably just have to start killing some seedlings because
Yeah,
I can't
speaking
do
of
raw
that,
like
I
200 rots this year.
I seen Dave. He was thinning out his tray too, pulling out a couple of the different varieties from each cell and everything.
Thanks, Broham. Yeah, I plucked what was it? Probably 6 today when I was transplanting.
Ooh, yeah, I hate that part.
Man, it's hard. I'm like a bit of a hoarder when it comes to a lot of things in life, and having like, especially when they're all like like that size, like that's the point at which that I start to have trouble just killing plants. I don't
Oh
care
yeah,
when they're little seedlings and they've just popped up. I can pluck those things all day, but once I've taken care of them a month or more, I don't know. Kind of changes things.
Will, did you plant 1 or 2 seeds in each one of those starter things you got?
I done one per. On an average, I was doing about 3 to 6 plants per. Last one I got, the last tray of them there's 78 pods in a tray. I got roughly 90% out of everything that I planted. A few did not, so I redone them and then added some more. But some of them I want like a lot of. There's certain ones I want like 6 plants of because I'll go.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are growing out for people that they want them, so I'll have no problem just giving them away. I won't have to keep them, so I don't mind popping them off. Because, like I say, the friend of mine that does it at Facebook give me several seeds that I couldn't get. And I said, well, I'll just grow you some out. When they get big enough, they're yours. Come get them.
What's up, Pedro?
What's up, Pedro?
He said start a secret garden somewhere in the woods, Rob.
Man, I've like literally been thinking about that.
Rob's Secret Garden.
I've already been brainstorming now, and I actually was talking to BD on the phone earlier this afternoon, and me and him were talking about that, and I was like, I don't know, man. I just need a field somewhere.
A whole field of lemon starbursts and
I gotta go hit up one of the like farms around here where they grow like a ton of soybeans and corn and stuff, and just be like, hey man, like, you mind if I just get like a strip?
A stretch, yeah. Give me like a 60-foot stretch, you know?
Yeah, just a strip would be cool. I could put a lot of plants in there.
All you got to do is just start going around your town and just throwing out random pepper seeds everywhere, and
Yeah.
come back in a couple months and see if they're still there, if they're grown.
Those fields around here that those guys grow the corn and soybeans in are all usually like amazing dirt. Like that soil is so good because a lot of those places are like right around by the river and stuff here. We got pretty good in the ground like everywhere. Anywhere that hadn't had like the topsoil removed off of it is like pretty rich, dark soil around here.
That ancient river soil you got.
Oh, yeah.
Growing it by the river would be awesome. I would be able to grow some monstrous plants if I could just plant them along the river somewhere. But there's a few different factors that come in. And one of those is that if I plant them too close to the river, then flooding could be an issue. And if I plant them in somewhere that people go, even if it's not all the time, then people are going to eventually discover them because anybody that's ever seen a pepper plant full of ripe peppers knows that it's kind of captivating. Like, and especially if you're walking through the woods and you just saw like a patch of all these plants that look different from everything else,
Oh,
and all
yeah.
bright colored things hanging on them, it would definitely draw your attention over there. And the other final reason is deer and other animals, but that's big problem around here. We are infested with deer. I'm surprised I don't even have problems with them eating them in my yard because they do come through here sometimes. Not a whole lot, but I do see some deer in my yard even.
Yeah, they wouldn't chop a lemon starburst but once, I bet.
Yeah, I mean the peppers, but they'll eat the plants.
Oh, yeah, they'll eat the leaves.
Here's
They'll eat more than just the leaves. They'll chew down the whole dang plant.
I got the little cherapeta bush going on.
Oh, cool.
There's already like maybe that thing is already getting huge. It's probably like, I don't know, maybe almost 2 foot tall by like 1.5 feet wide, and there's probably like easily 100 little charapetas on there. But for some reason, those little pods are taking a long time to ripen.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna pick them all too. I'm probably just gonna like pick all of them, and then just, I don't even know, maybe just pickle them too.
Pickled charapetas.
Pickled charapetas.
I would make a powder out of them or sauce or.
Yeah, I could do that too. I don't have a dehydrator. Maybe once I start saving up a bunch of different pods, instead of eating them as they come in, I'll get a dehydrator.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm not sure which brand I want to go with or whatever, because I've heard that, I think someone told me in the PLC they bought a dehydrator, and then like the heating coil, like something was messed up with it, and they got it off Amazon, and they couldn't return it after that. So
that one that I got, I'm sure I still have the box for it somewhere. I think in my closet or something. But it was I want to say it was like Game Winner brand, which is like Academy like brand. but it came from Academy Sports, and it was like $49. Came with 6 trays, and it's a rectangular one, and the trays are like this big by like this big, like pretty large trays. It actually holds a lot. It's got like digital temperature settings and timer even and stuff, which is cool. Because a lot of the dehydrators, like the Nesco one, that is a Nesco Professional, that it belongs to my friend, but I've just kind of had it on extended loan. And that one, all it has is a knob for the temperature setting, and it just plugs in, and not like that's it. And the other thing about the one that I got that I like is that it blows from the bottom up, where the Nesco one goes from the top down. I think the Nesco, I don't know, it's they're both comparable. It depends. But if it's real dry, because if it's real humid out, it seems to take longer to dry them. But if it's like real dry and like the heat of the summer, they go pretty quick in that thing.
Yeah,
I use
I
the
was
whole
looking
season.
at one of those.
It's still in perfect condition and works awesome. I haven't had any complaints about that one. I think the only thing that I could complain about is that the racks, the holes in the racks they're like these diamond shaped holes, and they're a little bit bigger than on some. So smaller varieties and stuff, like those Charapitas, for example, would be a nightmare to try to dry those on there. You'd have to like put like a paper towel down underneath them or something to be able to keep them from falling through the cracks. But aside from that, it's an awesome dehydrator.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. This year I might do that too. Make some pepper powder and stuff just to share with everybody, and then different sauces and stuff too. So there'll be plenty of different stuff. I'm still actually narrowing down um, my grow list for this year. Like every day, I'm always removing some. Like I'm just the next day, I'm looking at it and just taking some off of it. Hey, what's up, Tanninator?
What's up, Tanninator?
I do have some of them started behind me in a little arrow garden thing. I made another little air diffuser out of just some quarter-inch pipe or like tubing and everything, and connected it to an aerator and just stuck it inside of it because the one that's built into the air garden doesn't work that good.
So you think you're gonna start a couple of more 72 cells? So what?
Yeah, yeah. That's my. I was thinking about doing 3 of them because
Shit.
I would like you said, some of them I would like to have more of. Like I would like to have at least 4 different jalapenos, and a whole bunch of ones I actually like to eat. So that's where I was having a problem with how many do I want to do,
Yeah.
because they don't get that big. Like I've never really seen people like growing like 4 foot tall or 3 foot tall jalapeno plants.
No, and I had, what did I have last year? I had 3 mammoth jalapenos, 3 regular jalapenos. I mean, I got a few out of them, but I didn't let them get crazy. So the more you would have, I guess the better yield you get off of multiples. Because you could grow them real tight.
Yeah, I was thinking about since I already have one of the Sriracha Factory jalapenos out there, it has about 10 different peppers on it. So I was just going to clip a couple little branches off it and then just clone them instead of starting seeds over, because I can get them to root in like a week.
There you go.
So, and that would save me from starting multiple seeds. That one. Those are taking forever to ripen too. I think Rob said or Charles said that that variety does take a long time.
Go ahead to answer your question. BD's grow season is from January to December.
Yeah, it's usually very few months, January to December.
You're limited, kind of like Canada.
Yeah, month to month. But no, during the summer it definitely slows down. So that's why I'm really liking this time of year for sure. But it's already in the 90s here with high humidity, so it's basically like summertime right now.
And during the winter, all the milk and bread goes off the shelves, and everybody goes into panic when it hits 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had that problem. Not so much the heat, but I guess I got that anyways. So I could deal with that if it meant being able to grow things all year. Actually, where BD's at, a lot of the people around there, they utilize the winter months when it's cooler because it does get so hot there in the summer. And so a lot of people will be like starting their plants in like August and then growing them through the winter, and their season's like finishing up like in another month or so. Yeah, go ham, me too. I'd have freaking trees also. Actually, like Chili Wonka's was down there in your area, right?
Yeah, he's about or he was about I don't know, like 3 hours north of me or something, 4 hours north of me.
Yeah, I know that he was able to grow pretty much year round most of the time. And I remember, which he hadn't been around for a long time, but I remember seeing pictures of some of his like second year plants that he had planted in his backyard. They were freaking giants.
Yeah, he a lot of people plant in ground here. Like if you're around some decent soil, but where I'm at, it's just straight up like sand. So that's why I'm doing containers.
I mean, even building raised beds wouldn't be an advantage to the buckets, BD. Even if you had like a foot.
That's what I think, and that's what I told him. And then they'd be able to at least go chase the nutrients that were seeping down into that sand and go down. Plus, I mean, before you hit water, if you dig in your yard.
Yeah, I like to have. I might do that next year or something, or next season or whatever. Right now, I'm invested in what I have going on.
How deep do you have to dig to hit water in your yard? Like, what's your water table?
Oh man, not that very deep at all. Maybe like a little bit over a foot.
Wow. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
had like 1 foot raised beds, your plants wouldn't even like need watering probably. They'd get down and hit that water table and be all good.
Yeah, I might do that with my
Salty
herbs
drink.
here. I might do that with my herbs, make a smaller one, but right now I'm gonna do all of them in containers.
Yeah.
And then if this doesn't work good for these, then I'll switch it up for next time because I'm always trying different stuff with it and then comparing what works the best. But that would be cool to do, like a raised bed, and maybe even have the same variety planted in a container, and then the same variety planted in a raised bed, and see which one performs better
There you go.
with with
Test
the
it like
same
that.
with the same exact soil and amendments or nutrients or whatever. I can still do that, like maybe I don't know. Once I get my seeds started, I can because I do have two of the same varieties outside, but I would like to start fresh if I'm going to do an experiment like that.
What's up, Pilo? How's it going?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Pilo?
Kilo.
Yeah, I was supposed to make some hot sauce on Friday, but I didn't get around to it. I got like a big bag of frozen peppers that I've saved up, just tons of different super hots and stuff, and was thinking about maybe I don't know making a big batch.
What's up, Rev?
What's going on, Rev?
What up, Rev?
Where you been at? He was actually listening to the stream earlier, and then he's been driving ever since Goham was talking about those summer sausage seeds. He's on his way to go get those.
Goham, do you mean a 2x4 bed like with one plant in it? I would want to plant more than just one plant and something like that.
I seen a thing where you could get, like, I don't know what just typical pine studs cost in your area if you have like a besides your Lowe's or Home Depot, but the 2x4 where a guy done he stacked four of them. So you stack up four 2x4s and you cut one in half. So you'd be 8 foot by 4 foot stacked. So you'd need what, eight 12 2x4s to make a raised bed just out of 2x4s to be sturdy.
Mhm.
But I don't know what your studs cost. I mean, if it's like $1.24 a piece, or if you get something cheaper, I don't know. But they were pine, so it looked pretty cool for an experimental bed.
Yeah, it seemed like they have like those brick pavers where you can just slide in like those 2x8s into it.
Yeah, you get two of those, or you do a 2x12.
Oh, you said even a 2x2 box with just one plant in it. I think that's like what Rob Z had. He had like that thing where he had that scorpion plant in it that he can move around. It was like a 2 foot tall by 2 foot wide
Yeah.
container he made. Yo, what's up, Bear?
What's going on, Bear?
Hey, Bear.
Yeah, we just been chilling. I tried a pepper earlier. It was the ahi arnacho #2 variant. I think that was it that orange bleeder pepper I had. That one's about to be done. I was kind of holding out on picking it because I wanted the color to bleed up the calyx.
Is it starting to yet?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, so tomorrow I'm gonna check that one and see how that one is. So maybe by next week, um, I'll have that ready to go. I already know that one's probably gonna be super hot because I think what was the orange bleeder? It's a cross between
It's a STRSL, whatever that is, crossed with a.
oh the Sarah's Trinidad Scorpion. Oh, Sarah's long Trinidad Scorpion or something like that. crossed with an orange bubble gum or something. Pilo, it didn't really have like a crazy good flavor, but it smelled amazing when I cut it open, like almost like a cherry, like popsicle kind of syrupy smell to it. It had like a sharp sting in the back of the throat, and I think it would be very good, like pickled.
Halo, don't
It's
let
pretty
him
good.
tell you that. It took his breath completely. He couldn't breathe for like 30 seconds.
It did have a little sting to it, but it wasn't hotter than a habanero, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, like Goham, I see where Goham's going with this. Like if you've got one of those that the bucket's jacked up and you got to change the bucket, you could build like a little box and just fill it up with some extra media and just set it on top and see how it go. If you had an extra plant of one of the ones that you've got to change out of your bucket.
And having a 2x4 raised bed with 2 plants in it would be awesome. If you filled that with some good dirt, I mean, yeah, they'd get giant. But you could also take better advantage of that 2x4 bed, and you could do like 4 plants in it, and it would still grow fine.
I just don't know how they do because they're going to tap into salt water, right? If they reach, once they go for what they're going, that's salt water a foot down, ain't it?
I
Or
don't think like a
brackish
foot,
or what?
I don't think a foot down, but you would definitely hit some type of salt deposit since I'm really close to like the water, like the
It's probably
beach.
going to be a brackish.
Yeah. So that I don't know, because I don't know. That's why I'd have to experiment. I don't want to like put like 5 or 6 plants in a bed
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
then
Well, then
like
here's an idea for you, BD, and this would be cheap and it would be effective. Just get and you could just go to find like some construction sites and get some scrap lumber from them. And if you could find like a 2x12 or something, and even if you could get like a 4 foot long piece, literally just cut like 1 foot chunks of it, and then just screw them all together or nail them together, and just make like a 1x1 like raised
yeah, I
bed,
can do that.
or like a little like raised container, but do it with no bottom, so that you could test out that theory
I think
and
I
just
have the perfect spot where to put it, bro, because when I was doing some landscaping last year, I had like I don't know if it was some type of tropical plant, but the guy didn't want it no more. So I planted it in my yard, and it's like up against the house kind of, and it's in soil. It doesn't really look that good. It's not really doing nothing. So I think I'm gonna rip it up this week, and that would be the perfect spot to put a nice plant. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
That'd be
what's
cool.
up, Susie? I swear, Happy Pepper summoned Susie. I saw him mention her and be like, "Hello," and I was like, looking
Hey,
in the
what's up,
chat. I was
Susie?
like, "Dang, is Susie in there?" And then she just pops up all of a sudden.
She was creeping.
But
She
no,
has been.
that's like actually not a bad idea though, to do just like a 1x1, or maybe even like a 1.5x1.5 foot, just like a little cube, and put it on top of the ground and let that thing grow down into the ground. And the cool part about those is that they would be, movable. I mean, obviously it's not got a bottom, so you'd have to like dig up the dirt, but it wouldn't be like deconstructing a whole big raised bed. All you'd have is a few shovelfuls of dirt that you could throw in a bucket and move over to wherever you wanted to move it to.
It did probably take a hot minute for them roots to tap that water to go through that sand.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't want them to even touch the water, you could use that landscape fabric you got and stop that real quick like.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip that one up because it ain't doing nothing. It don't look the greatest.
Like I
It's just
say, I pulled plants last year out of a 8-inch bed, and the roots never made it past it with fabric. The roots probably wasn't a foot long on them, and they were almost 5 foot plants.
I like to let my roots go deep, but I've got good dirt here. I wish everybody everywhere had good dirt.
Be
I wish
nice.
I had some of that like up north dirt. My dirt's
Go ahead
good.
and set,
I can't.
Chicago dirt.
Yeah, maybe not Chicago dirt, but it depends on the area of Chicago, I guess.
Brando dirt.
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
ahead
all
and
the people up there have awesome dirt.
don't get me wrong, there is some good dirt like in the center of the state and everything. Like that's where like a lot of the sugar cane fields are at and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that
Kamloops and
that
all
sand is,
kinds of stuff.
I mean that dirt is crazy good. Like if I could, one of my friends he does some type of like agricultural inspection stuff like for farms around there. I might ask him for like maybe like a 5 gallon bucket of that type of soil around the sugar cane fields and see what I could do with that.
Yeah, it would be a cool experiment. Just grow a plant in just that soil and see how it does.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like south of Lake Okeechobee, like
Yeah.
the sugar cane is.
Yeah, you need to holler him and tell him come to your house, give you some ideas.
Well, he gives me some oranges and grapefruits and stuff like that all the time, and corn and everything. But I've never asked him for the soil.
Yes, probably a good loom where he's dealing with.
That's true. Go Ham's. He's great
I
at being
wish everybody had nice weather too.
nice weather. That's a nice thing to say.
I guess I could deal with bad soil if the weather was always nice. You can always source some soil from somewhere that's better, but you can't do nothing about the weather.
He's trying to help everybody out. He wants everyone to have nice weather. Go ahead and said cut the bottom of a 5 gallon bucket and use that. Yeah, I was looking on Craigslist and some like local areas to see if any places have like mushroom compost or worm castings, and I think the people were charging like a crazy amount of money.
That's insane. Why?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was almost double what it would be from any type of box store for a smaller amount.
Because FL is attached to the end of their county or something?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm like, well, I was looking at that the other day too.
I can't believe you don't have like mulch yards or nurseries that do their own compost.
Why don't you just
Yeah, I think
find a good source for some cougar droppings?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you can make a
I'm just gonna
compost tea out of that.
I'm just gonna go to in the back of Golden Corral and just see what I can find.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the parking lot on 79.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what are you doing on Friday? Oh, I'm just chilling at Golden Corral, just chill. Oh, cool. Hey, Brandon, did that code work for you?
Yeah, BD's got the hookup on anything.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
throwing out some like 99% off coupons and stuff. Not really, but I swear you find the best deals. I wish I was crafty like that. I can't ever find deals.
So he got 10 fabric pots for the price of 5. That's awesome, man.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. What size?
I think they were like, what? I don't know if they might have been 7 gallon or 5 gallon. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Cool, yeah. Oh,
7
7 gallon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think the
7
7 gallon.
That's a nice size. That's like,
I think the 7 gallon fabric pots measure 12 inches wide by like 14 inches tall.
yeah, that's a good size.
Let me show y'all something real quick. I made a fabric container. I'll be right back.
Finally? Damn, he broke out the sewing machine, the thumb. What is it? Damn, BD's Thumbelina.
Doug, what are you doing with those 7 gallons you're not using?
Doug, you want to send those to Rob?
I'm sure I could use them. I got one that BD gave me. That's one of the ones that he's talking about that he's gonna move his plants into, and it's like these plastic bags, and it's like a pretty durable plastic. It'll be interesting to see how they hold up, but they don't look that big until you like.
Yo, those use a ton of soil.
Yeah,
So
like
I
it's
didn't.
a big ass
Big
bag. Like it really is a big container. It's hard
Yeah,
to
man.
get it open to show, but it's a large container.
You could probably fit a 5 gallon actual bucket in that thing.
Oh, I'm sure you could easily fit a 5 gallon bucket in it.
But here's the ones that I made. This is the one of the model things I did. It's with what you call it, a thicker fabric. I don't know. You can't really see it. But I sewed the bottom onto it. One, you can't really see it too good. I'll have to take some pictures for
No, it looks good.
the PLC. This is the. I think I have a picture that I could just show you guys,
That's a
but I
10
actually
gallon, right?
this is actually it's let me see what the measurements are. It's pretty big. I think it's a foot wide by a foot tall. So I would think it'd just be a 7 gallon, but it's pretty big. Like whenever you hold it up.
So you
Yeah.
just sewed it. You just sewed it up sewed it together, and then you attached the bottom to it, right?
Yeah, there's two pieces you need. Here's one of the pieces. You need a really. This is the one of the pieces right here. It's just the long piece for the sides. You sew the sides up down the and then the crazy thing is you have to do everything inside out because you turn them inside out. So you sew it, you connect them to down the seam right here,
Yep.
and then you cut a square or a circle, whatever you want. Then you got to sew the square or circle inside out to form the bottom and everything. So the bottom takes forever. That's why I bought 2 rolls of this fabric last year, and I thought I was gonna, make them very quick and everything, but it takes way too long to prep and sew everything. I still have the material and stuff. It's just I'll probably make them as I need them. But yeah, man, it's definitely the material I have is definitely I think more durable than the stuff that you would buy online or whatever.
Like smart pots or something of that nature.
Yeah, this stuff is way more durable than that. Um, it's just I bought so much of this stuff and I didn't realize how much labor you would have to put into measuring everything and prepping everything. So once I run out of the poly bags, I'll start making these as I need them. That's also too. I gotta figure out which plant I want to put. I have about a couple of them that I've already made of the fabric containers, and Doug, I do have a sewing machine. It's just the material's so thick that because you're sewing 2 different pieces of it together, you have to go slow because the needle can break.
Yeah.
That makes sense to use fishing line.
I got
Yeah, I would use, honestly, I mean, it would be expensive unless you could find like a good deal on some for cheap, but get like some braided fishing line would probably work good.
I got
Oh
something
God,
that
yeah.
I got something that's just as strong. I got stuff that's used for like outdoor furniture and like boat sails and upholstery and stuff. It's I got a whole bunch of different rolls of it. It's like very thick, um, you know, what's the name of it called?
This
It's like a poly blend. It's a poly blended.
Idlewild.
this is 20-pound braid though, and it's made with Dyneema, which is the world's strongest fiber. And yeah, this is here. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, here we go.
Spider wires.
That's 20-pound,
metal.
20-pound breaking strength, and it's like a itty bitty, like it's like sewing thread size. It's
Yeah,
got
this stuff that I got right here, it
it's
doesn't break down.
this stuff though. It's kind of like waxy. Like I can like take it and like straighten out a piece, and it you can't even see it, but it'll like hold itself up. It doesn't like go limp. Um, But yeah, that I actually use that stuff for like stitching up things when I have stuff like tear, like some of my fishing nets, like my backpack, different things that I've like had to stitch up stuff before. I'll just like use some of this braided fishing line. Works awesome. The downside to that though is for like a 300-yard spool, it's like $10 if you can find a deal on some. I mean, yeah, there are some cheaper braids out there. I think now like uh, there might be some like cheap brands that are making braid. And for that kind of purpose, you wouldn't have to get like the nicest stuff. But if you got some like 20-pound test braided fishing line, you'd be able to sew up some really strong stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to find the picture I have of it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a
Oh, dang, Rob Schaller had a killer idea. He said tackle shops could probably save you old line when people respool. Uh,
here's what they look like. So that's the bottom of them.
Oh, cool.
Sewed on. That's the bottom of them sewed on and everything, and the tops. They could stand up. How thick the material is, it could stand up when it's put upside down like that, with the bottoms on and everything. I got to figure out which variety I want to put in those. Here's
My thought would be like, what is the decomposition point of normal thread when you do that over the course of elements?
yeah,
I know
here's my little
spider
station.
wire, that shit won't break down for hardly nothing.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that spider wire would hold up for years.
I mean, even at
Here's
10 pounds,
setup right here.
it's equal to, it's crazy. Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Okay, here's the little setup right here. I got all like the pieces I was cutting and the sewing machine right there. It just takes forever to make them. They came out amazing, but it's just the work you got to put in to make, one. I can't even imagine making like 50 of them. That would be ridiculous. Hey, thanks, Ivan. Thanks, Pedro. But the thread that I used is made for outdoor um, applications, like for upholstery and boat sails stuff, like furniture stuff like that. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a poly blend. It's a poly blend that doesn't break down, and it's weather resistant.
What's up,
I got. Yeah, I did so much research into that stuff, man. I was like, last year I was like a madman, like trying to figure out what exactly to use.
That makes sense.
Maybe I'll put in like a couple super hots in them and see how big they can get.
I'm sure they'll grow awesome in there. being that that's thicker material and stuff, those might not dry out quite as bad as like those smaller ones that you sent me.
Oh
They're
yeah. The material, the ones I sent you was see-through, like very, very thin. That was
Yeah.
only a 3-year landscaping fabric. This is actually like felt,
Yeah.
that you could buy like big rolls of it.
Those ones you sent me though are still holding up. Like I've just left them with the soil and everything in them from last season. I'll empty them out and re-amend the soil and fill them back up this year, and I'll definitely use them again. They aren't going to grow like huge plants or anything because they're just those 1 gallons, but it's perfect to throw a couple Thai pepper plants in or something.
I got a
Yeah, the one
felt company in
broken.
my area. I need to reach out to them.
Which ones?
I got a felt company in my area. I need to reach out to them and see what a roll of that crap is.
Yeah, definitely, man.
They make it. I mean, there's a plant that makes it here.
Yeah, once you get everything like prepped and everything, and like all the pieces cut and everything, it should be fine. But then you got to keep respooling the thread and everything, and the bobbin at the bottom of the sewing machine. I felt like I was Mary Poppins or something, or like it was crazy, bro. Like it wasn't worth the time doing it, spending all day on about 5 containers.
Yeah.
So I'll just make them as I need them.
Well, either that or instead of make them as you need them, a better approach at that would be just like make them whenever you've got some time, like on a rainy day or something where you're just, stuck in the house and you ain't got nothing to do to just sit and work on a few of them. You don't even have to like fully complete them all, but like, you cut out, work on cutting out different pieces that you need to be able to put them together and just have it all laid out so that whenever you have time, you can just like work on a few at a time. And before
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
it,
that's a good idea. That's a good idea too. There's a
that way it doesn't
I think
have
that
to seem so overwhelming. Like, oh, I got to sit and make 50 of these. No, you could easily make 50 of them, but just work on a little bit at a time as you can, and then you'll have them around.
yeah, definitely, because I don't think these are breaking down at all outside.
You have plants in some of those?
No, not yet. I made these um, before the end of the year last year, and then I got those poly bags and everything because I really needed to get everything outside, and I couldn't make these fabric ones quick enough.
Yeah.
So I got the material. I just maybe I'll use the fabric ones for this upcoming season's peppers. Then compare which ones work better for my environment here. Oh, Ivan, I just gave you a wrench, man. Oh, Susie, I gotta give you one too. Pedro, I got you on a wrench.
Pila.
Kilo, I got you. I got Pedro on one. Susie, Ivan, Kilo. Yeah, Rocky. Yeah, if I sold them on Amazon, wasn't that I wouldn't make no money.
You can open
The
your
labor,
fancy shop.
the
BD
labor,
Cinderella's grow bag.
the labor alone putting into it would cost way more than what I would sell them for.
Like $10 a piece or $15 a
Yeah,
piece.
that's why a lot all the grow bags you buy on Amazon or other eBay or whatever, they're all made in like China and everything. So they make them in huge factories, So
They can
that's
probably
why they're so
wear
cheap.
out one of those things in like 5 minutes. And
Yeah, they're cranking out tens of thousands probably a day. but I know for sure that I'm making these by hand, and I know that I'm taking my time on each one.
Then you know they will grow a large plant,
Yeah,
and you
and if it's
know it will
terrible,
harvest huge.
yeah, yeah, man. I'm curious. I want to plant a variety in here soon. As soon as I get, maybe I can transplant some of the ones from those 4 gallon buckets that were breaking. Maybe I'll put some of those in.
That would make sense. It'd be an easy kickover.
Yep.
I'll put one of those Cherapita plants in there and see how big I can get it.
It'll get monstrous.
Yeah, yeah. Pedro said BD's baskets. That's the that's the new branding.
Ivan, you got wrenched now. You can't get timed out. Unless BD times you out. Nobody can time you out once you got wrench.
No, he's cool. I don't normally do live streams on my channel, so you guys can all get wrenches, and if you guys got any links you want to post or share any type of stuff, like I don't know, just
I posted mine earlier on Charles's FloridaCougarHunter.com.
Yep. Just always be sure to use your wrench for good.
Yeah, I've been noticing with the PLC. That's why I've been trying to post a lot more and stuff in there. I don't really see too many things being posted in there.
Yeah, I haven't been checking out the MeWe one recently, but I know that whenever I did look at it a couple weeks ago, it was like pretty active in there.
I haven't posted
That,
none of my new stuff from this year in MeWe, so I don't know if I should do that or what.
well, I will eventually, but Google Plus is still there for now, and I'm just gonna keep posting in Google Plus. That's where I'm at, and that's where I want to be. Just because they talk about shutting it down doesn't mean it's gonna scare me out the door.
Yep, Purgatory will be there until April 2nd.
Hey, what's up, Freaky?
What's going on, Freaky?
And yes, everyday Canadian. I'm still making music all the time. I was actually just at local studio on Thursday night, pretty late. One of my friends was recording to some of the beats I made. I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram too. So if you ain't follow me on there, and you can check out a lot of my. That's where I post a lot of my music stuff on Instagram.
Hey, so I got a question, BD. How did you derive the gallons based off the size of the cutout?
For the fabric containers.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you go on, let's say, one of the name brand fabric container websites,
Okay.
they have dimensions, and they actually have a soil calculator too, where based on how many inches wide and tall the container is, it'll tell you how many gallons of soil can go into it. So a 12-inch wide by 12-inch tall is generally considered a 7-gallon um, fabric container, and then a 10-inch wide by 10-inch tall is a 5-gallon.
So what's 24 by 24?
Oh, geez, a 24-inch tall by 24-inch wide. I don't even know. I'd have to look on the website and
15 gallons?
No, yeah, that's more than that. I would say that's probably like, I don't know, like 20 gallons or more.
Well, I mean, foot by foot, you just said 12-inch by 12-inch was 7 gallons, so 14 gallons would be. 12. That'd be right.
It would be more than that, though.
Huh.
Everyday Canadian bag giveaway. I don't know, man. Maybe once when I start making more of them, maybe I'll do something here coming up, like at the beginning of spring or something. Maybe in like the month of March or something. Maybe I can do one of those.
BD's basket giveaway.
Yep, yep. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then like I gave out some mystery seeds to Rocky and I think Happy Pepper and Brando. Um, I guess that'd be cool if I did give out one of the containers to see how big of a plant could grow into it. Just like keep like some pictures and update it. Brandon was saying earlier in the chat that he's doing 107-gallon fabric containers. That's awesome. Those things are going to get huge. I've seen the people growing monster-sized plants in like the 5-gallon ones of the fabric containers. So hopefully the 7s will be awesome. Especially if you're feeding it, you know, some type of really good amendments and nutrients and everything, or you already got some good compost or soil or something. Those fabric containers should work pretty good. I'm just worried that it's so damn hot here that it's just going to dry out every day.
The
'Cause
fabric wise, you mean?
I hand water everything, so I don't know. What were we saying, Will?
The fabric wise, you mean?
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. I've seen a lot of local nurseries were switching to the fabric pots around here for vegetables and stuff, and but they have drip line irrigation, so they
Yeah,
don't really have to tend to it. Oh, that's what Brandon said. He said he's doing drip line irrigation. Hey, Pedro, I'm gonna need a lot of kiddie pools. That wouldn't look too right in my backyard. I got like 15 kiddie pools with a bunch of plants in it. My neighbors would be like, "What the heck is going on?" Yeah, an everyday Canadian. I seen Jay in the PLC. I think he has some type of sprinkler system made where there's a couple different sprinklers above ground where like they just spray in the morning at a certain time.
got them on a timer.
Yeah. But I don't want to, because like I don't want to waste any water though. Like if I made a sprinkler system, all that water ain't gonna go directly into each container. It's gonna water the grass too.
But like, well, do you do foliar feeds periodically?
No, I did last year with some Epsom salt and a sprayer bottle and stuff, and just mix it with some water and everything. But I haven't done that in like over a year.
Because if you've done that with a sprinkler, you just need to inject it into the sprinkler, which I ain't nothing you can buy. A little setup to do.
Oh, good night, Philo.
Yeah, good night, Pilo.
Night, Pilo. Remember
Rob,
that aqua globes? Yeah,
the which ones?
aqua
Oh, is that
globes.
the,
Like
that's
remember
the
that
thing.
Canadian?
You stick it into the water. It's like
Yeah, it's
I think you stick it into the soil. It looks like almost like an upside down water bottle.
yeah. That's pretty much what it is. Like I was doing. That's you seen some of my plant pots last year with a giant monster bottle. It's a water bottle. You can use it for either feeding newts or just giving it water. As the soil dries out, it will take on and wick from that bottle as needed, just similar to an aqua globe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But like the one dude around here that does tomatoes, he uses gallon jugs, saves his milk jugs, pinholes the bottoms, and then sets it beside his tomato plant, and he fills them up with water, and they just wick into it after he waters the ground. It's redneck,
Yeah.
but it works.
No, yeah. That's cool. I just don't know. I can't really do stuff like that on a large scale. Like I'm trying to do it like the most cost effective and easiest. I don't know if I could do that for over 100 peppers.
2 liter bottles will work for you if you know somebody drinks the shit out of soda.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of bottles. That'd be a ton of
But
bottles.
once the soil's wet, it's not going to take as much water, and you'll see well, you could try it with one pot. You'll watch the water level go down in the bottle as the soil
I
gets
could
thirsty. You'll pull.
I could try it with the fabric containers for this upcoming season.
Yep.
Yeah, like he said, yeah, you could use some water bottles too. I have tons of water bottles. So I just save them all.
I have the big. I forget what I don't have one around, but the wide mouth monster bottles. When I'll start consuming those for long and start saving those. I'll send you a few of those and let you try them. I'll put a pre hole in them for you.
What are Pedro's a 55-gallon drum with irrigation on timer? That's another option too. I was thinking about turning my gutters from my roof, having them drain into one of those big blue 55-gallon drums where the gutter just drains into it. Have it elevated, maybe about 2 foot off the ground or 3 foot off the ground. Then that would create some type of force to where like it could water pressure where it could just drain into some irrigation or whatever thing, but like low pressure. But I don't know. I don't really mind at this moment right now going out there watering every couple days. Maybe if I start getting tired of it later in the year, I'll figure out something. But I have seen those too. Those things look pretty nice.
What is the 100-gallon totes is what a lot of people use.
I think I've seen those at Tractor Supply.
Yeah, you can usually get them on like Craigslist or OfferUp. People try to, but there's a company that sells them. You don't know what the hell's been in them, but you get. I got a buddy of mine done one. When I go to his house, I'll take some pictures of it and send it to you. But he's lucky because his raised beds are downhill, so he has an automatic gravity feed system, auto.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's really good.
So he just hooks a water hose up to it, and that's how he fills his watering containers up, and he's good to go.
I might make like a little small setup like that for like my herb bed, because I don't want those drying out or anything like that. And
and they suck water, man. Herbs, God, I had to water mine a ton last year.
That'd be horrible to come home and after a hot day and your whole raised bed of herbs is ruined.
Yep. I'm actually going to ground. I've got raised beds in mind that I've already figured out where they're going, but I'm actually going to have an actual garden this year, so that'll be interesting. But I'll use a soaker hose snaked in for that one.
Yeah, that's cool. I seen those too when I was at I think Home Depot or Lowe's. They actually had a smaller one too. Instead of the half inch, they had a quarter-inch soaker hose, which was
Yep.
crazy. I never seen the quarter-inch one
Yeah.
before.
Home
And you
Depot
could,
had a bunch of clearance items the other week, water hoses and leader lines and stuff. So I got some extra hose on that, like $30 water hose for like $6. It was stupid.
Rob, whenever you were watering yours last year, you did everything by hand also too, right?
Oh yeah. Don't remind me, because that's not far around.
Rob, didn't you tote a bunch of water last year when you hand watered each and every one of your plants?
Yeah,
Okay.
I toted a lot. I was getting, which I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year, and if I do, I might be smart because it was so hot during the summer, and I was getting water from my creek, which it's spring fed, and that water coming out. I mean, like it's like in the 50s. So putting that cold water into the hot ground, I think, was negatively impacting some plants.
You said that was good or bad that the water was cold?
Bad. It's bad to take real hot soil and pour cold water in.
Oh yeah, that they do nice shocktastic.
Yeah, that definitely negatively impacted my plants. But I just like I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to just get like a 5 gallon bucket of water at a time. I really need to get a couple 5 gallon buckets or something to use just for water, and just get water and let it sit in the sun and heat up for part of the day, and then water it that way.
Yeah, for both of you guys, I done it last year. I have two. I'll be getting a couple of more. People with pools, that use the chlorine, the extra tall buckets. They're usually like 10-gallon buckets, or I don't know what size they're. They're the odd giant buckets that they buy full of chlorine. They usually got like a plastic liner in them. Those are awesome for collecting water.
Yeah, but the downside to that would be is then I gotta haul a 10 gallon bucket instead of a 5 gallon bucket.
No, I mean like if you fill it, or if you can fill it up and leave it or collect rainwater with it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a collection bucket basically.
Well, dude, you don't even understand like how dry it got here last year. The plants at my house, like they were not loving life at all. I mean, I'd go out there and every plant looked like it was just dead with all the leaves hanging and everything. And I'd have to do like emergency watering, and it would take probably 15, 20 gallons of water just to do my little front strip, and that was to give it like a real good soaking, because that's the other thing is when it's real hot and the plants get real dried out like that, you don't want to just give them a little bit of water. That's actually going to do worse for them, because then they're gonna get used to you watering them, and they're going to start looking bad every time they don't have that little bit of water. So the best thing to do is to give them a good deep soaking, and it takes a lot of water to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
representing that those big containers you're talking about, the 100-pound
Yep.
container.
Yep. They rock, man. Those buckets are awesome. But I just kept them on the deck, collected the rainwater and used it, or I'd fill them up in the evenings before I went to work to let the chlorine and whatever I could let it sit overnight so I could use it. But I think there's so much dang fluoride in our water around here, it doesn't really matter, because that's one of the worst things for plants is the fluoride.
Oh yeah,
It's just
yeah.
terrible.
Like Rob got that river water too, man. Like that crystal clear. Is it really clear, right?
Yeah, the water in my creek's real clear.
It's purified.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's
And
probably tons of really beneficial minerals and all types of awesome stuff for that.
yeah, I'm sure it's great water for them. And there are some like little minnows and stuff in there, and there's all kinds of algae and stuff that grows in there, like on the bottom. And I'll just take all that stuff, I kick up the bottom a little bit. The spot I get the water from is like a little bedrock spot that has about maybe 8 inches of water, and I just take my bucket down there, scoop that up, and then I use like a pitcher to like scoop up and like fill up the rest of the bucket so I can get it all the way full. But when I'm like getting those scoops of water out, I like kick up the bottom real good so I get like kind of muddy water from out of there because all that fish shit and everything that's settled down on the bottom, I kick up all that so I'm getting some nutrition in there as well as the water.
Yeah, Rev said that fluoride isn't good for humans either.
It is, man.
Also, too,
It's not good at all.
I wanted
A
to
friend
mention
of mine that lives in Oklahoma, they had it in their area, but they were able to vote it out where they went to a different method. But you can't do it in big towns. It's hard to do. You just can't find the water system.
Yeah, and also too with city water, I know there's chlorine, but there's also a chemical called chloramine. And even though people say, oh, leave a bucket outside for 24 to 48 hours and the chlorine dissolves or whatever evaporates out of it, you still have chloramine, which the cities put into the water, and that stuff does not come out easy. So either way, if you're watering with city water, it's still going to be in there. There's no way to remove all that totally. Unless you have like well water or reverse osmosis or anything like that. Drinking sunscreen. Oh man, not that banana boat.
That's made in Florida.
You can't be drinking the banana boat, man. You use that mayo?
It's good stuff, man.
It's like, damn, what the hell smells like a chicken sandwich?
I know, right? Where's the pickles?
It smells like a BLT every time I go out in the sun. He said chloramine is an oxidizer. When it combines with organic matter, it becomes chloramines and comes out of the water. That's what you smell it at indoor pools. Oh yeah, I know the city pools stinks, like straight up chlorine.
Well, they have to, man. They're trying to kill whatever's in that water.
Even when you drive by it, I got a city pool, maybe like a mile or two away from me, and it's crazy. I know Rev worked with all this stuff, so he knows about it for sure. I trust everything that he says about that.
Rev is a water guy.
The water guru.
He is.
Yeah, I'm always seeing people on YouTube like, oh, leave a bucket of water outside for 24 hours and you're good to go.
You get some, but you don't get it all. And every town varies. I mean, no waterworks system uses the same formats because whatever is going to be the cheapest method for them is what they're going to go with. I mean, I'm surrounded by 3 reservoirs for our town with 1 water filtration plant. So it's terrible, man. I mean,
I know my water pH is like at 8. And I've heard that that's pretty high.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Well, I was reading a little bit a while ago, and it was stating that baking soda will pull it down some, but then there were people that had been using other types of growers were using small amounts of vinegar and something else to pull it down 2 points. But that would be scary as shit because vinegar will kill. I'm assuming in low doses.
That is true.
But that would create salt.
From what?
Vinegar, a residue of vinegar buildup would create salts and eventually kill your root system.
Yeah, when I was researching it all last night and today, vinegar does drop the pH in the water if you're trying to do that, but you would have to use so much of the vinegar to keep it low that you'd be pickling your roots.
Pretty much.
And they said that sure you can see I admit I messed up before when I was using lemon juice to drop my pH for my indoor hydroponics, And I didn't even realize that when I was researching, they said that the citric acid kills the beneficial bacteria. Sure, it drops the pH, but it kills all the organic stuff that you want. So, I'm still figuring out a good way to go about that.
They were using some other type of chemical, some sort of an liquid oxidizer that was cheap, but still, man, I don't like none of that because it's all chemical. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
got
that's
to
why
be
I
an
was
organic method.
Yeah, I was trying to go natural with the indoor, crack keys and hydroponics, dropping the pH, with the lemon juice and lime juice and stuff. But I didn't even realize that
Yeah,
it was
what Rev
killing
just
all
said.
the beneficial.
Rev's on point, like the vinegar and the lemon juice. Some were using lime juice, but
It does.
some people experience lockups in their grows, and then it would eventually rise back up in the soil.
Yep. That's why people were using the phosphoric acid and everything.
That's it. That's what they were using. Yep.
The phosphoric acid, and a lot of that phosphoric acid is used in food too, and it's also used in commercial hot sauces to bring down the pH for shelf stability. Yeah, stability. But yeah, he did. Yeah, Nate said he uses pH down. Yeah, the main ingredient in pH down, I heard, is the phosphoric acid, but on a very diluted level.
And that's the food. You said food grade, right?
Yeah, you can get a food grade phosphoric acid in a powder form. And yeah, Brev said baking soda stabilizes the pH in the pool. It makes it alkaline and it'll raise the pH. But yeah, it's I'm just trying to find a good way to go about it when I'm mixing up stuff for outside, to get that pH down, because I'm not trying to buy like crazy expensive stuff. I'm trying to do it natural, but I'm trying to figure out a way to drop the pH. And I'm not trying to put like vinegar or anything like that. And I've read that sulfur does it too. Like garden sulfur you can get like at a box store or something, like it'll drop the pH, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Nate said they put that phosphoric acid in Coke.
Oh yeah. You soak a steak in Coke for like what 24, 48 hours, it dissolves it. But it's a hot selling soda.
Barnyard Chicken said her water got a chlorine smell to it.
In the summer ours will have it. See, the sad part is our reservoirs are awesome fishing. I mean, the fishing's great, but then DNR will go in and do a freaking fish kill. Oh, well, we had to kill the algae in the upper part of this one because it was just overwhelming and it made the water taste bad. But then when the water comes out of the pipes, it smells like a freaking public pool. So, you get it's just a political bull crap. It's garbage. They killed a bunch of fish last year in one good fishing reservoir. I mean, they killed a ton of them.
Yeah, Rev set up in the chat below that if you see algae in any container of water, that there's no more chlorine in it because the algae, whatchamacallit, blooms when there's no chlorine in the water. Like I've had rainwater in 5-gallon buckets outside, and the algae just grows immediately. Like you leave it out there for a few days, and it'll start turning green.
That's what I love it. I water with that.
Yeah, I was asking a few people on YouTube in the comments, like for videos like that, what would be a natural way to do it.
But what about like prepping 5-gallon buckets of water like you would for fish tanks?
Yeah, you can do that too. I would have to start it at the beginning of the week to prep it for the next. I'm not gonna have to water for probably another week. It was raining for 3 hours straight tonight, like a big thunderstorm. So I'm not gonna have to water for a while, hopefully. Yeah. Also, too, if I left water out like around here, the mosquitoes would find that area of water and just go crazy. I'd have all types. I'd probably have frogs in there, and
You're like
you know,
species going on outside.
yeah, I'd have a whole bunch of nasty stuff in the water if I left it out. I'd have to cover it somehow. There you go. Later, Freaky. Have a good night.
Ricky, have a good one.
I just seen you followed me on Instagram. Thank you. Yeah, Nate said if it rains, he puts buckets out at the
Yeah, I
rain
do
gardens.
too. I try to find them right at the edge of the gazebo too, where the drip line is, and I'll catch it like that.
Yeah, he said he could do 5 gallons so we can carry them. That's why Rob was saying if he did anything larger than that when he got the water from the creek, that'd be really heavy.
Yeah, 5 gallon bucket full of water is heavy. I mean,
Imagine
real
like
heavy.
a 10 gallon. That'd be ridiculous, especially going from.
No, I meant for like just collecting water. That's what the tank. They're great for collectors. They're not for
Yeah,
moving.
yeah.
No,
But for me, 10 gallons of water isn't going to go very far. I mean, 10 gallons of water would water a few of my potted plants on my patio or something. But I mean, I go through a lot of water in the summer when it gets real hot here.
yeah, trust me, I know.
Oh, I think that they're saying it's supposed to be a wetter year this year. So, I mean, that would be
Yeah,
nice.
wetter and cooler is what they're saying for the South.
Yeah, that'll be good if that plays out to be true.
And Nate said he was using trash cans to get all the water. Yeah, it's all cool. Yeah, but by the end of the week, I need to figure out a way to get about 20 gallons ready to go.
Yeah,
Because I already did all the math and everything. Like, well, and by experience, 100 plants get one 16-ounce cup of whatever solution they're using, and that is 20 gallons. 20 gallons equals 100 16-ounce cups, which is crazy.
wow, cool. That's cool data though.
Later,
So
Brent.
that would be useful. That would be useful for Brandon before he goes. He's doing 107 gallons. So if you're doing some type of liquid nutrient, um, every 2 weeks or whatever, or every week, you can get 20 gallons gives you 100 16-ounce cups worth.
I'll reach out to some peeps over the week, BD, and see what I can get something for you, and see what I can do as far as maybe natural pH deal or something. I'll see what I can do.
Cool, thanks, man. The next thing I'm gonna look into is some type of natural sulfur, like you can get at your garden center or something, because I heard that that drops it. But a lot of people mix it into their soil. I'm not sure about mixing it into the water.
Natural sulfur.
Yeah, like that lowers the pH of the soil, and dolomite lime raises the pH of the soil.
Yep. But I use it whatever planting. Can't help it. It's awesome stuff.
Like blueberries, they like almost the same type of soil as a pepper. They
They're
like that.
acidic.
Yeah,
Some of
acidic.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also like eggshells, like rhododendrons, your scuppernongs, blueberries. Yes, they love it. I've been throwing mine out most of the winter under my scuppernong bush, so hopefully it'll have a good base.
Oh dang. Shaping for Life Nate said he uses 15 gallons of water indoors a week during the summer, and he has three was it scoopers coming down from the roof. He used 3 different buckets to collect it, and Pedro said he got 35-gallon cans with the tops and big city trash can to collect the rain. Yeah, those city trash cans and recycling bins, those things are heavy duty, real thick. You know,
Yeah, are they heavy?
like those things are real thick.
And they got wheels.
Yeah, yeah. I got a big green recycle like trash can thing. It's about maybe 4 foot tall, and that thing is very thick. Yeah, throw the eggshells in the garden. Yeah, they'll break down.
I always am so stupid to throw mine away. I've thrown away every eggshell like ever, and I've
And
never.
if you get bananas, throw them banana peels out in the yard, or wait, not in the yard, but wherever you're growing, in your soil.
Just be careful of them damn banana peels. The ants, God, they'll freaking flock it. It's like
Speaking of the ants, man, all my containers, ants everywhere. I think it's just a Florida thing, man. Like I don't know if you guys get them in your raised beds or containers, but ants everywhere.
no, I had to kill them. They're killing.
The in-ground plants, I get them on everything. And we were actually talking about that and talking about pests one night. And I was talking about how I didn't have any problem with aphids or anything, which I know the ants, I've seen people where they've talked about the ants are like farming aphids on their plants. I haven't had any of that problem, but the ants are just all over my plants, and they like to get in the flowers and stuff. I don't know what they do, if they're getting pollen or what it is, but they are all over any of the flowers when they open up here.
Yeah, Nate said it doesn't rain too much where he lives, so he collects it any chance he gets. Yeah, that's true, man. That's the best thing to do. I don't know what's up with the ants. Like I'm like, I don't know if it's the plants that are attracting it. I don't get the ants in any other type of plant in my yard like that. It's like only with the vegetables or type of peppers. It's just they're everywhere. Some are fire ants, like the red ones, and some are just regular, like I don't know, like small, like black type of ants.
Yeah, that's what I mostly see is like the small little dark colored ants. The tiny.
Yeah,
All
I
I
just
know
feel
is fire ants.
colonizing in each container, and then you got like an army. You got an army going on.
A lot of times they'll make their homes like right underneath the containers. Like
Yeah,
if you move those containers, you might find some nests and colonies of them.
yeah. Pedro said, make sure you break them eggshells up a little bit. I seen people like get like a cheapy blender, like at maybe like Goodwill, or if you have a thrift store by you, just dedicated to breaking up stuff like that.
Yeah, you have
And
to.
then you get like a little cheapy old school blender, throw them eggshells in there, and turn them into a powder. And
Preferably
boom.
glass.
Yeah, boom, you're ready to go.
Because what I do is I got like a little bucket. It's like a 2-gallon bucket. And when I break them, I just rinse them out real good, throw them in a bucket, let them dry a few days. Once I get enough up, just crush them up, throw them in a blender, and then I keep them in a bag. So they're ready to go.
Yeah, shaping for life. Yeah, the ants, they bring if I heard that once you see them ants, there's already a problem that's already been started. Like if you see ants climbing up all your stalks and stems of your pepper plants and your flowers, there's already something else that's there.
Well, see, that's what I would think, and that's what everybody says. But I had them all over my plants last year, and they weren't doing nothing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they were just going around pollinating flowers because that was where they were really focusing their attention was in the flowers. When the flowers would first open, they'd be all in there. You'd see like 8 ants, 10 ants on one flower.
Nate was saying that you could mix like sugar or honey in some type of detergent and like a bottle, and Kang had a video of how it works.
Yeah,
I don't want to put any sugar or anything or something sweet around my plants. I feel like I got so many as it is, more would just come and like they would just think like, oh, he's hosting a buffet for us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Sugar. Oh, here we come. Hey, buddy. And they get their
Oh, thanks. You're a generous host. I don't know. It might work for him, but I'm not going to try it here because I have tons of fire ants here, and I don't want
That's
any
all
more.
I got. Fire ants.
Yeah, I don't want any more to come.
Yours, you got the mounds going on?
Yeah, the mounds are in the yard, but in the containers, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see any mounds in the containers. They're just,
I'm talking about in the
you know.
yard.
Oh yeah, in the yard. Yeah, there's ant mounds everywhere, ant piles. And then I'll pour like I'll mix something up and pour it on it or whatever, or just stomp it out or.
Yeah, because you can take the cheap blue dome, and put about a third of a bottle in a 5-gallon bucket of water and swirl it. Don't let it get sudsy. If you can get some deep channels in those ant hills, deep, like quickly stab it, get it in there, and pour that into it, it'll break them down. Their exoskeleton falls apart.
Doug was saying, and Nate, he said borax, honey, and water will kill the colony. Then Nate said they take it back to their nest and it kills them all.
Yep.
What, the sugar or what, like the detergent sugar or what are they talking about?
Borax? Borax is like a washing powder.
yeah,
Oh,
borax
okay.
is what people use.
Oh, okay. And you can get that at any store, like
Yeah.
by a Walmart or something.
Yeah, you can just go to the clothes washing section, look for borax in the powdered detergents.
That doesn't harm the plant if you put it by it or anything like that.
Well, I mean, that's why you. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be good for your plant, but you put it in like the way I remember Kang doing. I don't have a water bottle or anything sitting here. I could just protect with a hot sauce bottle, but just like with a water bottle, you know, it has like a little bit further down. You just put just a little bit of water and then have the top open, or you can like drill a hole in it to where they have to like climb up in there, but they'll go in there to find it, and then they just go in there and they just die. They
Oh,
get
okay.
that.
Yeah, that's a good idea to
The
do.
honey's
Maybe I'll
pulling
try
them
that.
in, and then the borax gets them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I'll try that on.
just set the bottle on its side, like, and they crawl up in there.
It's just an ant bait trap. You're baiting them to come in; they're trapped.
Yeah,
But they eat what you give them, and they're a done deal. It's like a deadly sugar water.
yeah. Lisa, I've heard that too about cornmeal that kills them too. I don't know what it is about that, but I have
It
heard that
swells up
too.
inside of them.
It what?
The cornmeal swells up,
Okay.
and it just basically implodes them from the inside.
Well, that wouldn't be implode. That would be explode.
Well, yeah, true, but they don't even hardly have a stomach, so
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that stuff and maybe try it on one of the plants where I've seen the most ants at. Um, and then I'll see what's up from there. The only bad thing is it just sucks because I have so many containers that I don't want to be doing that for every single one of them. So I could see how it would work in like a raised bed or something. If you put like 2 or 3 in a raised bed, but if you got like
Well,
100
you can just put a couple on the ground around your containers.
that's a good idea too. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It'll pull them. It'll draw them. Like if you could even use molasses, it's stronger than honey, and it will pull them.
Yeah, just do that as a test. See if it improves.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So Nate said if they do get it, they'll take it back to the colony, I guess. Doug said molten aluminum works well for killing a colony. I seen that on YouTube, man. They melted down some like scraps and stuff, and then they poured it into a ant pile, and they let it harden up, and then they dug it up, and it looked like crazy like aluminum root structures and tunnels that hardened up, and they cleaned all the dirt off of it. It looked awesome.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Backyard Scientist or somebody that did the
Yeah, those are cool.
molten aluminum ant hill things. And he had like some awesome ones that were like huge too, like really big things with all these tunnels and everything going everywhere. It's like really just like a piece of art once it's all like cleaned up.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
look pretty cool.
I've seen some cool videos of that.
Some of them go down like 2 foot deep into the ground too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug, I'm gonna sell it on Amazon. You can buy the grow bags and then you can
These
buy
baskets and
you can buy baskets and the molten ant farms. I'm just no returns. I don't do returns on the molten art. Yeah, I actually haven't seen any of the ant mounds next to the containers. I just think they're, I don't know, coming up maybe through the holes in the bottom of the bags.
But you would want to. I mean, you could target them by put them close to the mounds. That way, they wouldn't have as far to travel. They'll come out of the mounds and go straight to it.
Yeah, too. The good thing is once I get like these crazy storms and stuff, I won't see ants for like maybe a couple days until it starts getting really hot and dry.
Yeah, I guess they got to go down deep in their little tunnels to get away from the water.
Yeah. Oh, Pedro's trying to get some grow bags and some molten art.
Pre-sale, man. Doing a pre-sale for Memorial Day. You need to do a pre-sale for Memorial Day.
Yeah, but hey, Memorial Day sale, Yeah, Nate said too. He found that with all his container plants. Also, I'm gonna ask a couple people that have raised beds and see if they've had problems like that also. And
I did last year. They did a lot.
Yeah, like Dave was saying, and that's what I told you too. I was saying if you go and move those around, I bet that they're like right underneath them.
Yeah, I haven't moved the containers too. They've been in the same spot for like the last 2 months. So.
Oh yeah, they're definitely up under there. That's like their favorite thing to do is get up under stuff.
I found those like little grubs too, like those like little larva looking things underneath a couple containers.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff does that because the container sitting on the ground kind of holds in moisture underneath it. So there's a lot of different things to enjoy stuff like that. That's why if you have like a piece of plywood or something laying on the ground for a long time, then you go flop that thing over. There's all kinds of stuff up underneath there.
What are those grubs? Don't the grubs eat all the root structures if they get into your containers?
Mm,
Oh yeah, yeah. You said they eat the root structures. Yeah.
yeah.
If I seen them, I just threw them. I just threw them out into the yard away from my stuff. I didn't know what they were. They weren't like in my containers, but they were underneath like the bags and stuff. And like when I had my couple yards of soil in the backyard, I got to the bottom of it when I was done. There was a few underneath all the tarp I had.
Yeah, Nate's got it right. Worms are good, grubs are bad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because the worms are only after dead stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that they caused problems with the grass. Yeah, Nate said he had the same problems with those also. So yeah, next time I see them, I'm just gonna kill them then, because I don't want them taking over my containers.
Well, they aren't gonna just like they can't crawl up your containers and just get in there. Or I mean, maybe they can. I guess on the fabric ones especially they could, but buckets they aren't.
What do they turn into after the larva stage, or they stay like that?
No, most all those grubs turn into something.
Do they turn into beetles?
Maybe.
Because
I'm
I've
not,
had some damage on some of my container plants that are in buckets. If you look at the leaves that are closest to the soil, there's like chew marks all over them, and so I just pick them off. I pick those leaves off, but I don't see anything. I don't see any type of hornworms. I don't see beetles. I don't know what the heck's doing it. I'm gonna have to investigate on this because I don't know what's eating the leaves that are close to the soil.
yeah, it'll be interesting when I go through my container plants. Especially, I'm real interested in seeing what all's in the soil that I dug from by the river and filled those like larger containers with. Which I mean, I'm gonna still use that soil. Uh, I'm gonna go get some fresh soil as well from by the river and kind of re-amend it. And I might mix together maybe my potting mix that I've got in some of the other containers with that river dirt because that river dirt's real heavy stuff. It's dense. But it'll be interesting when I empty out those large containers to see like what all kind of worm stuff I got going on in there and everything. I'm sure there's a ton of worms in there because there was worms in the dirt that I was digging, and there was
How
all
big
kinds
is
of decaying plant matter in there because I went for a spot that uh, it used to be like a dump spot for this like landscape crew, so it's got like all this compost stuff as well as the river dirt, and it's just a good mixture of stuff.
Thanks, Doug. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know what is that. It's something like an article. It says how to kill grubs in vegetable gardens. Cool. I just pulled up that in a new tab. I'm gonna save that and I'll read it later tomorrow. That's what the wrenches are for, people. Thank you, thank you. You know, if you have something to share, you're more than welcome to post the links or whatever in the chat, and we can all check it out. Oh, he said the second one's better. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, that'll. I think we're about to wrap it up and everything. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. You know, for Talk Time Live with Three Pepper Guys. You know, our special guest will be very hot. Thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
And I had a good time. You know, had a good discussion about everything, and
Yep.
Cool.
Y'all be on the lookout for what Keep BD's channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, put a comment below, hit that bell, and the Memorial Day sale on BD's baskets is coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I want to do something coming up for around Memorial Day or sometime in March. Maybe do a cool giveaway with maybe one of them fabric containers I made. So I'll make a few more maybe and do something like that. Maybe a bottle of hot sauce or something. We'll figure it out. Try to do something cool for the month of March
or April.
So, where they could find you or anything, or anything new up and coming you got working on?
Do what?
You want to let everyone know where to find you at, or anything cool you guys got working on?
You can find me on Google Plus because I'm not going anywhere. I don't care how many people leave or complain about it. I'll be on Google Plus. So I'll be holding it down. Don't worry.
Cool.
That's pretty much all I got to say. I don't know. I mean, you can find me on YouTube or on Google Plus. I get around. I'm also on Instagram too. I keep forgetting I do have an Instagram. I've been using that a little bit more, but not much. I mean, it's different. I like Google Plus. Google Plus is more like interactive. Instagram can be interactive, but it's more just people posting pictures and liking pictures, which I mean is cool too. Just a little different.
Yep. So next week the live stream will be on Charles P's channel for Talk Time Live with Three Pepper Guys, and we'll be tasting and reviewing Scott Tippett's jams, different pepper jams and stuff going on. So make sure you check that out. Yeah.
Yep. Tippett's Super Hot.
Nice.
Yeah. That's one of the upcoming jams. It's a Kiwi Gator Jigsaw one. So definitely be on the lookout for that next weekend.
That's the Swamp Bugs Gator Jigsaw pepper with kiwi. So we got different flavors to try this week coming up. So stay tuned. And everyone, have a good night and later.
Later,
Later, guys.
everybody.
Later, everyone.